if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. 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 What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Tears misting in her emerald eyes as everyone was standing idly by, trying not to watch or intervene as tears were streaming down her face, down her face. Try to let it go. Try to let it fall, to let it pass, to let it go. She held in her hand a ribbon of silk, so lightly that it would be caught in a breeze. She whispered words not meant to be heard anything for me. Stay the night. Oh, miss your flight. Walk through the rain with me. Get soaked to the skin, feel free. Shut the world out. Let's hang out. Oh, I used to see in colors, now it's gray. Till I met you at the concert the other day. The whole room lit up with warm, sunny rays. Tonight we'll turn minutes into days, and nothing's gonna make me look away. Peel off a layer and breathe. Lift up your head and lead. Count the stars. Oh,